Hello everyone, I'm Daniel and this is DinoSystem devlog 4. The shelter system is finally complete and implemented into the game. And this is a major feature that will radically change the experience of the game for many players, because it allows you to basically stay protected from the environment, stay fully protected from the environment. This feature came along with some improvements to the crafting system and many other improvements to nearly every aspect of the game, minimal tweaks or bigger changes. So how to build basically a structure, how to build a shelter. As you can see, I've prepared some components to create a stone wall here, and we just need to open the crafting menu, and from here we have two new options, stone wall and thatch. Thatch is basically the ceiling, sort of cheap ceiling. Probably my pronunciation in English is wrong, but nevertheless. And yeah, we can select the stone wall from here, and then we have to place the blueprint of the stone wall wherever we want, in this case here, and it starts building the shelter just like the wall, just like we can craft an item. And as you probably already can guess, the building speed and the final quality of the wall depend on the skill. In this case, the building skill, which is a new skill introduced in this update just for the feature. And yeah, we have just one little section of the wall done, and as you can see, it offers some insulation from the wind. We have 50% from wall, but we also have from clothes. So if I take off the cloth, you can see that it is 10% just from walls. This means that if we have 3 sections of the wall around us, we have 30%. But if we manage to enclose ourselves in the walls, between walls, and we have cover, a ceiling, the insulation bonus get a very high boost and reaches 100% or something similar, something very close to 100%. And now let's proceed to build the other sections of the wall and create a shelter. I need to chop down these trees in order to make room and to gather some resources to create the thatch. And here is the final shelter. As you can see, when I enter inside, my insulation is nearly 100%, is 80%, and this is because one section of the wall is missing, but nevertheless it's more than enough. And also the full cover, the cover is full, so it's not like when you are beneath a tree that the protection is not total. So when it rains, you still get some water on you, and your fire still extinguishes because there is some water on the fire. In this case, under this kind of shelter, this kind of thatch, the protection is full, so you are totally dry, and also the wind doesn't affect you. The shelter also offers protection from animals, because it allows you to stay behind the walls, so hidden, and it also can get destroyed by animals, especially bigger animals. And the walls, as you can see here, if I move the ceiling to see the walls, and if I force this Triceratops to move quickly towards the shelter, as you can see, the walls are very resistant, but they eventually get destroyed. Alright, so a section of the wall is just done, and also the other ones are going to get destroyed if the guy continues to run on them. At this moment you can't still repair the walls or the thatch, or you can't even destroy them. But in the next update I will introduce those features. And yeah, for now that's all. I think I will include many more things you can craft, you can build, many more kind of walls of different materials, like wooden walls or wooden thatch, or many other things basically. Another new addition in this update is the removal of the information panel on the right side of the screen that was about the metabolism, muscle, and skills. And it has been replaced with a new screen that you can open with tab. And this screen is much more polished than the other one because it allows you to check more information about every value, and especially if you mouse over the information you want to investigate. And it also allows me to expand the number of information displayed in it, but because the number of things, of features, of values that the game will have in future will increase the more updates are released. So I think I will not be able to keep all the information on the screen in real time. It will just be impossible for the user to check everything, and the attention will be drawn too much to this information and not to the game. So now you just have to press tab and you have all the information you need, the advanced information you need about the character. And as I said already, hovering the mouse over anything, just like when you create a character in the new character screen, tells you what that specific variable does in the game and how to increase it. So metabolism, body muscle, body fat, body weight, strength, each skill, and you also see the color of the skill that basically is an indication of the level of the skill. And on the right side you also have the percentage of the advancement of the skill. So for example, athletics, as you can see, level 25, 0%. If I remove this screen and jump, let's jump 3 times and see now 17%, because it is increasing. And it can also be negative if you play on hard difficulty, because as you probably know already, on hard and hardcore difficulty the game also decays, let the skills decay over time if you don't use a particular action, a particular feature of the character, a particular ability. So that's the new player information screen, and I hope you like it. I know that some players did prefer having all the information on the real-time screen of the real-time interface, but that's not possible on the long term because many new information will be added. So yeah, I can't create a huge panel in real time that shows everything, and that's not doable. So that's the only option I could do. Another addition of this update is the new object you can create, the torch. Previously, if you made a fire, let's make a fire with the cheats, with a stick, you can create a basic torch, because the stick can catch fire, and for very few moments it can make some light as a torch. But as I said, it's very short, for a very short time, and it exhausted very quickly. So let's jump on this to extinguish it. Alright, so now what we can do, we can create a torch, and to create a torch we need a bandage that I've introduced in the previous update, and a stick, branch. And we can craft the torch just like we craft everything else from the crafting menu. And there is a T-Rex approaching. Alright, it's not interested in us. So what the torch does is simply burn for much more time and burn much more for intensity of light. And here's the torch. Let's try it. Let's spawn a fire here. And here you can see that we have a torch. And this will last for nearly all night long, unless it starts raining or we extinguish the fire by jumping on it. Another feature that I introduced, very small feature, is that, as you probably I've shown previously, if you jump on the fire, depending on the fire intensity and your body mass, the fire gets extinguished. So we can just store the torch for the next time. Another feature introduced in this update that you probably seen already a few moments ago is that when you when you're near a Tyrannosaurus Rex but you don't see it and is moving, you have a visual feedback of the direction towards to point for the Tyrannosaurus. This is necessary because the game is top-down, so it's not easy to understand the direction from which a particular enemy, a particular foe is. So you can see now there is this waves coming from the T-Rex. The T-Rex is not coming towards us, but we can see from which side there is a T-Rex. One additional feature added to this update is this. There are many other small things to mention about this update. One of them is that the new snapshot system that I've introduced in the previous updates now automatically saves the snapshots in your Documents DinoSystem folder. And there are two subfolders there, History folder and the Screenshot folder, the screenshots taken from the user with F10, the key. So you don't have to manually save the screenshot every time, but the game does automatically for you. Another addition to this update is a very small tweak to the equip mode. Now, let's spawn something. Now, when you want to equip something on your character, all you have to do is to drag the item on your character, and the equip menu opens automatically. This looks like a very minor thing, but I've noticed that many players from YouTube videos instinctively do this action when they drag something. They somewhat forget or don't manage to understand that you have to press E to open the equip menu, and they instantly do this. So why not include this feature? It's a minor thing that helps a lot. Another requested change is that now you can't select hardcore difficulty in survival mode if you already played with this with your current save, with your current world, both with another player, with another character, or in God mode, because this would allow you to basically exploit the game and create a perfect world where to live in hardcore difficulty and thrive in hardcore difficulty. Now, if I create a new character, and after I've created the world and select hardcore difficulty, as you can see, I can't start the game. So I can only start the game in hardcore difficulty if I've just started this new world as a new world. I've also improved the way items collide with objects, with bigger objects. So if I spawn some objects, some items before the character, as you can see, they fall from the boulder, and the way they fall is much better now. It's much more fluid and realistic. There are many more things to mention, but the changelog is very big, is huge, as you can see here. There is a huge amount of changes, tweaks and improvements that I usually do in each update, but this one is particularly big. And one last thing to mention that I just recall now is that when a Tyrannosaurus is chasing a prey and you stumble upon it, it won't change, it won't switch target and follow you instead. It will continue to chase the previous prey. So yeah, this is another minor thing that is important. And there are many improvements to the interface, especially the survival interface. The God mode interface is still the placeholder that is what it was previously, but the God mode, the survival interface has been improved. As you can see, the bars are more detailed. The temperature bar is more clear. There is a new indicator here that indicates the humidity of the air. You don't have a percentage indicator like in survival mode, but a more immersive, dry, wet, dry, humid, slightly humid, much more friendly, immersion friendly. And more things on the interface here. You have a strength indicator, because the previous, as I said, the previous panel with information about the player has been removed, and you have it here. But you also want to check the strength level, and it is now also here. And also the tutorial has been updated with these new changes, and the tutorial is now less lengthy, is more is less detailed basically, because it was very long. And yeah, I think for now that's all. As I said, there are many more things to watch, to see about this update, and I invite you to check the changelog on the forum. And yeah, see you in the next update. And about the plan for the future, I think that the next 2 weeks I will work on polishing and refining the new additions of this update, especially of course the shelter system. But after this month, after September, in October, I will work on a new animal, the Truodon, and on a new feature about animals, the ability to tame animals and collect the eggs and make the baby hatch and teach the baby to do tricks and to hunt for you, etc. This will be very cool update, but it will also take another month. So yeah, see you in the next update then. I'm lucky this happened on the end of the video.